Yo, what the lick read? This your boy, Pissy P. Anki, Lamb Lumumba, aka Blow Lambo from out the barrio. You hear me? If you off in here, off top, do me a favor. Hit the like if you like. Hit the dislike if you dislike. Leave a comment, let me know how you feel. You know what I mean? And also hit the subscribe button to stay in tune with more videos like this from the land. You know what I mean? And if you also like to help to see this channel grow, you can send a donation to my cash app at Lumumba16. That's LAMUMBA 16. Stankin' motherfuckers. So check the move, y'all. They got the boy Keefe D, man. They got Keefe D in connection with the Tupac murder, which we all knew it was just a matter of time, especially since he came out and been doing all these Vlad interviews, these Cal Capone interviews, and all this stuff. Now, from what most people know is that Keefe D was not the shooter. Most people point the finger at his nephew, Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson, which got jumped by Tupac and the Death Row crew in Vegas. All this took place back in 1996. Some of y'all was not born then. When all this went on, I was a teenager, man, and I remember when it happened, you know, and man, I think I cried too when Tupac died. Probably not boo-hooed about it. It was just cause he was just coming up, man. And now when I say this, I was never really a big Tupac fan. Like most people claim to be, they act like they were so die-hard Tupac fan. Back then, during that time, my favorite rappers was Spice One and MC8 back then. You know, but Tupac was somebody who I listened to, man, you know what I'm saying? I remember when he went through the thing, when they locked him away, I was like, man, he just put out that Thug Life album. Thug Life, that's one of the hardest albums. You know, if you ask me, Me Against the World was his hardest album. I don't care what nobody say. Me Against the World was Tupac's hardest album, my opinion. Let me know your opinion. My favorite Tupac song of all time is Temptations. And like I say, I like the Tupac, but I never was a big Tupac fan, like just Tupac crazy, but he was definitely somebody on my list. In fact, I remember when I was a kid, man, one time, back when I was in Atlanta, which y'all know, I'm from Atlanta, raised in Jacksonville, Florida, live in St. Louis, Missouri. But anyway, as I would go back home for the summers, I remember it was one time my brother was trying to wake me up, and I wouldn't wake up, you know what I'm saying, outside of Temptations. Matter of fact, Temptations probably came my favorite song later, but at the time, my favorite Tupac song was nothing like the old school. What can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. Anyway, I remember my brother was trying to wake me up. He couldn't wake me up for nothing. So he played that song because he knew I would get up to that song. You know what I'm saying? So I rocked with Tupac, but I'm not finna just sit up here like most people will do nowadays and act like they was Tupac to the floor. I can't claim that. My favorite rappers during that time was Spice One and MC8, and I never could pick which one is exactly my favorite. But those two was the two that was on top of my list. If you never heard of Spice One, go check them out. Type in Spice One, East Bay Gangster, Spice One, America's Nightmare, Spice One 187. He wrote Check out MC8, We Come Scrap, MC8, Compton's Most Wanted, so forth and so on. With that said, man, since all that, years later down the line, which everybody know what went on. Like I say, Keefe D had been doing a lot of interviews telling his story. He even wrote a book on the situation. And he led to believe, or in his ignorant mind, that they gave him a proper agreement, however you call it. I'm not into all that, so I can't get into that. But all I know, from his understanding, he felt like he told them everything that happened, he couldn't be charged for nothing he said. Or then again, you know, these people will play you to the left, man. More than likely, they played him to the left, made him think that no matter what he says on this from this day, long as you tell us what we need to know, you would never charge. We're just trying to close this case, right? But from my understanding, his statement was only good for that day. Anything he says outside of that is on him. Yeah, I mean, and so his first interview was the Vlad interview, in which Vlad says he went strictly off the book that Keefe D wrote. Even when Keefe D wouldn't wanting to answer certain questions, he would say, well, in the book it says this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So, however, you know what I'm saying, Vlad, the first one to really get him speaking on that. And even if he didn't want to, he would still go back, well, in your book, it says this, that, and third. He was, you know, hard pressed on that, you know. But I think the main problem of that is, man, look, if you involved in something like that, and you done got off, best thing to do is remain quiet, man. You remain in the shadows. These people be wanting fame. You know what I'm saying? And this is what fame costs you. Now, this one thing I noticed when I was watching the press conference on it. They were saying that he was the leader of the Southside Crips. Me, what I think, he was not the leader of the Southside Crips. Now, he had money. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Even though you're not the leader of the situation, your money will put you at a certain status. If this person a leader, but he ain't got $1 to put in this guy's pocket, and you can get people to move quicker than he can. Even though when it comes down to it, you just some old pussy motherfucker to them. It is what it is. But that's what I'm finna tell y'all. To any of you young guys who watching this, any of you young guys that rap, listen to this, what I'm telling you. If y'all not paying attention, look at what's going on. Every situation, when they have a big gang sweep or any kind of organization sweep, they target the person with the most money. You know, and they try to say that this person was the leader. They tried to say Quando Rondo was the leader of his situation. Young Thug, the leader of his situation. Lucha from my hood, I'm telling you like this, them boys ain't really fuck with Lucha like that, bro. If it wasn't for Lucha money, he was down with them guys. But if it wasn't for his money, they wouldn't have been standing behind him like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I don't know Lucha because I wasn't raised there. I'm from there. I was there when a lot of that was going on. You know what I'm saying? I never seen him at the park, but I used to see YFN Fat driving his Mercedes-Benz truck. Then again, I'm from the hood before the ABG. So when I used to be up to the park, I'd be on the far end, the Hey Good and Crew Corner. You know what I'm saying? With all the people who grew up with me, who was around before all that. All them bloods, they'll be to the far end, the other end of the park. Unless they was from our neighborhood, because our neighborhood is a small neighborhood, but they got a lot of members who not even from our hood. So the ones who wasn't really from our hood, but just coming through to check in, they'll be on the other end, while us who from the hood, gang member or not, or older than the situation, will be pretty much down this way. The gang members, they'll be down there by the ball court. But Lucci was definitely not a leader in his situation. You know what I'm saying? This is important, man, for any of you guys. If you running around anybody that's doing anything, especially a documented gang, and you got the most money in the room, you better separate yourself from them, because when they come at that gang, they're gonna come at you, and they knowing that you not really no leader like that, but they gonna use you as a way to get to them, knowing you don't want to let go of this lifestyle. So either you gonna be down for it and lose everything you know work to build up, or to remain true. Most of these guys just ain't gonna remain true. Now, should they? I mean, if you know you with it, then you knew you was with it. So it ain't no time for this, that, and the third. Now, if you know you wasn't, hey man, bro, do not make people make you feel like you should fail in life because they failing in life. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, they trying to say that he was the leader of the Southside Crips. I doubt he was. You know what I'm saying? He could have been, I don't know. I'm not from California. I don't know what they got going on. But it's confirmed that he was definitely a high roller. But a high roller doesn't mean you a leader. A high roller doesn't mean you was a shooter. A high roller doesn't mean you was a knockout artist. That was just your position in the game. Being a part of it, you was just a high roller. A part of that game. Now, I will say, man, it's kind of sad in a sense, because I'm gonna be real with you, and Tupac fans, don't hate me for this, because I know how it is. When you really love somebody, you don't want to hear no different. Just like me, I'm a big Dolph fan. Dolph was my second favorite rapper. Money by Yo was my third favorite rapper. But I love Dolph so much, once that happened to Dolph, I don't fuck with Money by You no more. I don't want to hear shit about nothing over that way, anybody that had anything to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Malcolm X was my idol. To this day, you know, when you see little things on the YouTube, oh, the killers of Malcolm, I can't even look at those videos. Anybody that had anything to do with that to Malcolm X, I don't even want to look at your face. And I'm going to be real. If I ever seen one of them persons, to this day, I don't give a damn how old they is. I probably went in, you know, pop them off. But man, I'm telling you, I'm liable to beat them down. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. So what I'm saying is, Tupac fans, don't jump on me for this, because like I said, I never was a down hard Tupac fan, but I was a Tupac fan. Since Keefe D came out, I began to like Keefe D. I began to like his interviews. I thought it was funny. Anytime his videos would pop up, oh, I had to see it. I got to hear what Keefe D had to say. You know, and I want, hey, but hey, doing all that, look where they got him. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you're 60 years old. So if you get 20 years, that's basically a death sentence. If convicted, Keefe D is going to die in prison. all in all, I wish that situation never happened. I wish Tupac would have never done that. Even if Tupac wasn't the one that threw the first blow, I wish he was never around that situation. Because when somebody really want to get at you, no matter what, if it was just Death Row Entourage, you don't think Baby Lane, if he didn't see Tupac out and about, he wouldn't have took his vengeance out on Pop because he's the money maker. I'ma hurt your money. You know what I'm saying? He could have easily wet Suge. Suge was right there. He could have wet everybody. He went straight for Pop. You know what I'm saying? So whether Pop threw the first blow or not, I believe that he would have been a target. There's no way that, you know what I'm saying, oh, you represent Death Row, you represent Mob, okay, we on you. You know? But it's a sad situation, and it's sad that it took so long. The only question now is, when will we get justice for Biggie Smalls' murder? This another murder that's been going on for just as long, happened 6 months after, no answers. You know, when we get justice for Biggie Smalls. And it's sad that Pac's mom is not around to see justice for her son. Tupac Shakur, he just recently passed away. He's not around to see justice for his stepson. His real father's around, Billy Garland. He's still around, you know, but at this point, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, it's crazy, bro. And I'm gonna say this before I go. One of Keefe D last interviews he did, he was speaking on Boost's situation, laughing, oh yeah, and this and that and the third, and man, look here, now look at you. You wishing bad on that man, look at you. Y'all be careful of what y'all say about others, because it could come right back to you. Just like the Psycho Bob situation. He was basically taunting a dude in the mall, said, yeah, your mama got put up there. His mom got put up there. So, man, look. Basically, man, y'all youngsters, y'all stay out the way, man. Y'all get into the bag, man. Y'all better separate yourself from these fools. Because there's guys who are around you who gonna do anything to impress you to keep the influx of your money coming to them, or you having them around, that way they get to somewhat live the life that you live. They may not get their first pick on the females when they come around, because they come around for you, but you can be like, hey, get on my dog right there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw them a few hundred here, there, bands here, there. Let them walk through the mall with you. Let them hop out the Rover with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they got the boy Keefe D, man. And you could say Vlad was the cause, you could not. Because if they just went strictly on this book, this is in writing. You got this in writing. From that point, you begin to let people interview you and let people allow you to verbally say what happened. But verbal ain't got nothing on written. This is written. This is your book. So, hey, man, Blow Talk TV, PCP out here, Land Lamouba, man. Like, share, subscribe. Fuck with me the long way. You know what I mean? And that's all. Stinking bitches.